A new report finding that folks falling behind on their mortgage payments now taking the money and spending it on luxuries, like on new cars, fancy dinners, lavish vacations. Before you get mad, Jonas says it's great for everybody. Why so?
It's a few reasons. First of all, if someone's underwater in a house and they start making these massive payments that they stupidly got over their head and thinking the home would always go up and not buying all these luxury goods, that would be worse for the economy, particularly car sales, etc. Let's not forget, the people that own these mortgages in some cases are foreigners, so like you're hosing them and helping our economy by spending money. The other reason is it's not good to keep throwing money at a hugely underwater investment. If you bought a ridiculous condo for $300,000 in Nevada, it's worth $150,000. That's not a good investment to spend the rest of your life paying for that, even though you morally should do it. It's bad for the economy. Now, this isn't great for bankers, but when you talk about retailers, car sales, etc., it is better to selectively default.
Because the New York Times had a great profile of a couple, and they put the money into their small business. They saved their business instead of worrying about the mortgage, and they're still sitting in the home.
Cheryl, this drives me crazy. You signed on the dotted line, pay your bills. That's it, end of story. You made a bad investment decision? Too bad. We all do that once in a while. And this is going to hurt the economy way, way farther down the line. You know, part of the problem, Cheryl, is that all these Obama loan modification programs are not working. Someone tries to go get a loan mod, they can't get it, they throw their hands up in the air and they say, too bad, I'm putting gas in the boat instead. You know, the average person, when they start the foreclosure process, is in their home for 481 days before they're evicted. That's 481 days of, woohoo, let's have a party and buy a Ferrari.
But wait,
nuts!
But hold on, Wayne Rogers, because look, if they're having a party like Tracy is saying, and some of them are, they're putting that money back into the economy.
I would agree. I think that's fine. You're confusing the moral issue with the economic issue.
Yeah.
The economic issue is you're right. They're not paying the bank, so they're taking that money and spending it in the economy. They're spending it somewhere else. That's helpful to the economy. Morally, is it right that they're defaulting on a contract? No, of course it's not right that they're defaulting on a contract. They entered a contract, and both sides, they knew what was going on. They should make their payments. They're not. They're putting it in the economy. God love them.
Jonathan?
Well, they're putting in the economy, Wayne, but they're taking out of it. I mean, how can you build an economy on a basis in which contracts aren't enforced? You know, Cheryl, we demonize foreclosures. You know what? Tracy's right. People aren't getting foreclosed on if they're actually paying their bills. I know that's such a foreign idea in an age of being responsible. And Jonas, it doesn't matter whether it's foreign owners of mortgages or domestic owners of mortgages. People have responsibility for paying their bills. If they can't, then foreclosure is the best
it's part of the economy. When the investment bankers stop making payments on that massively expensive, overpriced development in New York City with the apartments, that's part of the economy. You walk away from contracts when it's a bad investment for one of the parties. It happens all the time. It's part of
the mortgage owner has every right to kick them out.
And that's fine.
But we haven't.
Christian, go ahead.
Yeah, but we haven't talked about some other reasons why this is a bad idea. One, when folks don't pay their mortgages and homes go into foreclosure, that leads to continued blight in communities and neighborhoods, which affects your neighbor's household wealth. It affects the municipal tax collections that your community has, which means they have to either raise taxes or cut services. It means that you yourself, even though you may be having a party today, at some point down the road, that bank is going to be able to come after you for the assets that you have or the assets that you'll have in the future.
Not
so
if
this
you pay
is
your
a
mortgage.
short-term gain
not in a
for some
non-recourse
serious
state, and this
long-term
asset
pain.
you don't want. That's my point. This asset is garbage. It is 50% or more
But you made a mistake
undervalued.
buying it.
Yeah, but if you're out there buying other cars, they're going to take that away from you.
2000, and I was allowed to walk away from it. I would walk away from it.
I could so keep going on this topic, but I do want to say thank you to Christian Dorsey for joining us. Great to have you, sir.
Good to see you all.
All right. Well, coming up,